Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Efe. I'm an artist, small business owner, and content creator. And today we're actually going to be doing a requested video. Not by a lot, by one person, actually. One beautiful person named Demi Lola, I think that's their name. Demi for short, perhaps. I don't know. They actually requested that I re-upload an old video that I privated not too long ago. So I think it was 1 or 2 years ago, I had a video on my channel basically going through my graphite drawing process, and I looked at it maybe a week ago again and I felt ugly, so I made it private. Yikes. That being said, Dami was asking if I could re-upload it because the video is super helpful for them and just a great reference for their own art. So that's not gonna happen. There is no way in hell that I'm reposting that video, but I can make a better one. So today we'll actually be drawing with graphite. I don't do pencil drawings that often, or at least not anymore. My Skype username in like 2012 used to be pencilmaster123. Pencil was my thing. I feel like recently I've been doing a lot of digital artwork, but it's also nice to whip out the old crusty dusty set of pencils every once in a while. I've been using this set of pencils since I think it's been, I can't do the math in my head right now. I really can't, but I've been using it since freshman year of high school, so it's been a very long time. They still work great. I've had to replace a couple here and there because they just got too short or I lost them, but the main component of the set is still functional. Super excited to show you guys my pencil process and how I like to use pencils and just different tips and tricks I like to use when creating portraiture with graphite. So there'll actually be a drawing demo today because obviously there's a drawing demo. I'm showing you how I like to draw. Yeah. Hi, sorry. So we're very up close and personal right now, but I just wanted to quickly go over the materials I'll be using for today's portrait. Let me do that. First, and probably most importantly, we have some paper. So today we'll actually be using I forgot the size. It's like the large size, which I find really funny because it's actually quite small. But I'm using a Moleskine sketchbook today. If you know me, you know that this is my ultimate favorite paper to draw on. And this is actually a fairly new sketchbook, so we have a lot of pages to fill. So we'll be drawing in this today. Secondly, like I've already showed before, we're going to be using the Staedtler graphite pencils. This ranges from 6B all the way to 4H, which is a pretty good range of pencils. I normally just use, you can see how old this is, but I normally would just use a couple of these. So you can see the ones that are super tall are the ones I don't use as much. But we also have a cotton swab or Q-tip, same thing, that I like to use for soft blending small areas. We also have a paintbrush in here, which I use specifically for blending. Like this paintbrush has only been used for blending, and I thought it was perfect because it matches the color of the pencils pretty well. Next thing, we have a sharpener. This is just one of those really cheap student grade sharpeners that I got a couple years ago. It works great. It's a little broken, but it still works. So I'm going to be using this one today, and it has a little crusty Dumbo Tsum Tsum sticker on it. And then for erasers, we'll actually be using 3 today. I know. How many erasers do you need? I'll be using this. I think this is also Staedtler. Is this Staedtler? I think this is also Staedtler. We'll be using this random stick eraser that I found in my closet. And then we're going to be using the Tombow Mono Zero stick eraser, which is actually really nice for small details. And finally, we'll be using just a kneaded eraser. I think this is either from Faber-Castell or just like a random brand that I don't have on the top of my head right now. but any kneaded eraser can do. Hello beautiful people, and welcome to the voiceover portion of this video. I remember one of you guys telling me that it's way easier to listen to me speak as I draw rather than read subtitles, so we'll be doing that instead today. Super exciting, super fun. I don't think I've ever spoken this much in a video before. I do like to yap, but I try to keep it to a minimum. Throughout the video, I will be telling you guys what pencils I'm currently using, just as I interchange them in and out. Well, you know what I mean. As I switch out the pencils, I'll just let you guys know. First, we're just starting off with the rough sketch. Here, I like to block out the simple shapes of the portrait, really get a vibe for the type of drawing I'll be doing. So this means I'm looking at the really big shapes of the reference rather than focusing on the small details. I'll go ahead and add a photo of the reference that we're using today. It's a photo of the model Salem Mitchell. I really like this reference because of the obvious negative and positive space as well as the deep shadow on the left side of her face. I just feel like that'd be really fun to draw. As I continue to flesh out the base of this drawing, I like to block in the deep shadows. So you'll see on mostly the left side of the face and the hair, I'm just blocking in the large shadow portions to establish that light and dark area pretty early on. As I continue to work, I like to add details slowly. Throughout the piece, you'll see that I like to smudge my pencil a bit with a piece of paper towel. This prevents the really icky oils on your hands from getting into the drawing and also keeps everything nice and clean, because I don't know about you guys, when I draw, I like to keep my hands as clean as possible, so I don't do a lot of smudging. That's one of the reasons why I actually really hate working with charcoal, because you can't avoid the mess. Plus, I find it easier to smudge larger surfaces with paper towel. Now I'm just going in with finer details. I am fleshing out the eyes a bit more, and I'll go down to the nose in a minute. But I'm still using that very light pencil, so this is all groundwork, very constructive. No need to focus on perfect proportions right now, because you can always adjust later on. I used to hate drawing lips. Okay, fun fact, I was a lip hater, but I feel like once you find a method that works for you, it's so enjoyable. And I like the way it frames the face with the little, I don't know what it's called, like the little pouch things around the mouth. I really like that, I don't know, it's my favorite thing to draw, honestly, when it comes to like the mouth region. But now I'm just taking a kneaded eraser and I'm establishing more of the highlights. Now with a 3B pencil, I'm just going over the shadows once again, really building up that value range. With the Mono 0 stick eraser, I'm using it for very precise highlights in the eyes, around the lips, and on the nose. Just going back and forth between the eraser, between a pencil, just to finalize some details and just work on establishing form, shape, and line. So once again, we're just going over with the mono eraser. I mentioned it before, it's perfect for the small bits that you need to erase, and it's very precise. I think they also have one that's like a cube, almost like a rectangular prism, rather than the round one, but I prefer the round one. This is honestly such a fun part of the drawing process. It's just the final give and takes, because that's, at least for me, that's when I see the portrait really evolving and taking shape, is when I am doing the little things at the end. Although I say little, but they're little movements compared to the very original the original gesture type drawings, but these little edits to the piece really make a huge difference in the final outcome. So slowly we're just adding the finishing touches. Please, guys, let me know if you're into the more talkative, I think that's the word. The more talkative draw with me videos where I just go through my process, because I don't know, I like to talk. You guys already know this, I'm a yapper, but maybe you guys are also into it too, and that will encourage me to continue making these types of videos. So like I said, we're just doing the final touches. I'm now drawing Salem's freckles, which he's very well known for. Once that's all done, then we're just doing a little touch up. The final touch-ups were really just me comparing my work to the reference and making adjustments as I see fit. And just like that, guys, the portrait is now complete. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you guys made it to the end of the video. That's so fun. That's so cool. Congratulations. Whoa, I forgot my chair squeaks really bad. My brother helped me assemble it, and I always make the joke that we were so angry that day building IKEA furniture together, that he built this chair in anger, so it squeaks each time I move. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, provided some insight on how I like to use pencils in my art. I hope Dami Lola, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but thank you so much for requesting this video. I'm super happy to know that just in general, my videos are helping you guys with your own art practice. And I hope this video made up to the expectations of the old one. I'd like to say that it did. I feel like I've grown a lot in the year and a half that I've been living. Anyways, thank you guys so much for the support of my channel. I can't believe it. We're growing so fast, and it makes me really excited for the future, especially when it comes to continuing to grow on YouTube and make little videos. I do sometimes get a bit camera shy, but I'm slowly coming out of my shell. Social anxiety has nothing on me. Nothing. Yeah, so I will see you guys in the next week's video. I don't know what it is yet. Well, I wrote it down, I just don't remember what I put down, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.